At 79 years old, Barry Gibb has lived a life that has seen immense highs and heartbreaking lows. As the eldest brother of the Bee Gees, he played an instrumental role in shaping the sound of modern pop, rock, and disco. Over the decades, Barry's falsetto voice and ability to craft unforgettable melodies made the Bee Gees global icons. Yet, behind the fame and success, the relationship between Barry and his younger brother Robin was marked by complexities that only time could reveal. In a rare and emotional interview, Barry finally spoke openly about his brother Robin, shedding light on the deep love, rivalry, and profound regrets that define their brotherhood. Early musical beginnings and family bonds. Barry Gibb's love for music began in childhood. Born on September 1st, 1946, in Douglas, Isle of Man, Barry was raised in a musically inclined family. When the family moved to Australia in the late 1950s, Barry, along with his twin brothers Robin and Maurice, began experimenting with harmonies and songwriting. It wasn't long before they formed a group initially called the Rattlesnakes, which evolved into the Bee Gees. Their harmonious sounds soon caught the attention of the music industry, leading to their first recording contract. The brothers' journey to fame began with a blend of raw talent, determination, and the unwavering bond they shared as siblings. Breakthrough success and the disco era. By the late 1960s, the Bee Gees were firmly established in the music scene. Songs like To Love Somebody and Massachusetts showcased Barry's talent for crafting emotive lyrics and memorable melodies. However, it was in the 1970s that the Bee Gees truly revolutionized pop music. As the disco era took hold, Barry led the Bee Gees through one of the most iconic reinventions in music history. Their contribution to the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack in 1977 catapulted them to international stardom. Songs like Stayin' Alive and How Deep Is Your Love became anthems of the decade, cementing Barry's place in music history as one of the most influential songwriters and performers of his time. The Bee Gees' legacy and Barry's influence. Throughout the 1970s and beyond, Barry's ability to blend catchy melodies with emotional depth became a defining feature of the Bee Gees' music. His falsetto voice, which became synonymous with the disco era, remained iconic throughout his career. The Saturday Night Fever soundtrack alone is one of the best-selling albums of all time. Barry's creative genius, however, extended far beyond his work with the Bee Gees. He wrote and produced songs for other legendary artists, including Diana Ross, Kenny Rogers, and Celine Dion. His versatility as a songwriter and producer demonstrated his deep understanding of emotional resonance in music, allowing him to craft songs that suited a wide variety of artists and genres, personal struggles, and family losses. Despite his professional success, Barry's personal life was not without its challenges. In 2003, the Bee Gees lost their brother Maurice, which devastated Barry and Robin. The trio had shared a bond that went beyond music. They were best friends, confidants, and brothers. Maurice's death left a void that was impossible to fill, and Barry has often spoken of the loneliness he felt after losing his brother. The grief was compounded in 2012 with the death of Robin, which marked the end of an era for the Bee Gees. In the wake of these losses, Barry found solace in his music, but the emotional weight of losing his brothers was something that would stay with him forever. Barry's first marriage and early life. Barry Gibb's first marriage to Maureen Bates in 1966 marked the beginning of his personal journey into love and commitment. At the time, Barry was still in the early stages of his career, working tirelessly with his brothers to establish the Bee Gees as a global musical force. Their marriage was brief, lasting only 4 years before they divorced in 1970. The pressure of rising fame and the challenges of balancing a personal life with a demanding career likely contributed to the end of their relationship. Despite the divorce, Barry has always spoken of Maureen with respect and has never harbored bitterness. The marriage, though short-lived, played a significant role in his emotional growth and understanding of love. A New Beginning, Barry's second marriage to Linda Gray. After his divorce from Maureen, Barry found lasting love with Linda Gray, a former beauty queen and Miss Edinburgh. Their relationship, which began in 1970, marked a new chapter in Barry's life, one that was filled with stability and deep affection. Unlike his first marriage, Barry's bond with Linda has stood the test of time. Together, they have raised 5 children and have built a family life centered on love, mutual respect, and privacy. Linda has been Barry's anchor, providing him with unwavering support during the peaks of his career and through the pain of losing his brothers, and
has been his source of strength, keeping him grounded amid the chaos of fame and personal loss. Barry and Linda, a partnership built on love. Over the years, Barry has credited Linda with helping him navigate the pressures of being a global music icon. As the Bee Gees rose to stardom in the 1970s, Linda was by Barry's side, offering him the love and support he needed to stay grounded. She was there through the highs of their success and the lows of personal tragedy. Linda's loyalty and love kept Barry focused on what mattered most, his family and his music. Their partnership has remained steadfast for over 5 decades, a rare example of lasting love in the entertainment world. Barry has often said that without Linda, he may not have survived the darker sides of fame, making her presence in his life all the more essential. The emotional depth of Barry and Robin's relationship. For decades, fans around the world have been captivated by the Bee Gees' music and the bond between Barry, Robin, and Maurice. Yet behind the scenes, their relationship was far more complex. Barry has finally opened up about the tensions that existed between him and Robin, particularly during their peak years of fame. The two brothers had very different personalities, with Barry being the grounded leader and Robin the poetic dreamer. These differences often led to creative disagreements and heated arguments, but despite the tension, there was always love. Barry admits that there were times when they didn't speak, and their rivalry sometimes overshadowed their brotherhood. However, the love between them was undeniable, even when unspoken. Reconciliation after Maurice's death. The death of Maurice in 2003 brought Barry and Robin closer, forcing them to confront years of unresolved tension and unspoken emotions. Barry has described the loss of Maurice as a turning point for him and Robin, as it made them realize how much time they had wasted arguing over trivial things. Their relationship was never perfect, but the passing of their brother gave them a chance to heal and appreciate what they had together. In his final days, Robin expressed his gratitude to Barry, telling him, "We did it, didn't we, Baz?" This moment of peace became a fitting closure for their complicated relationship, one that spanned decades of love, music, and conflict. Robin's final days and Barry's grief. Barry's most emotional reflections came when speaking about Robin's final days in 2012. He remembers visiting Robin in the hospital, where despite his frailty, Robin's spirit remained strong. Barry recalls that moment of quiet connection as one of the most meaningful in their relationship. It was then that he realized the full depth of their bond and the importance of the music they had created together. Barry carries the memory of that moment with him, as well as the realization that all the pain and struggle they had faced together was worth it, because they had done it as a family. The legacy of the Bee Gees and Barry's reflection. Since Robin's passing, Barry has continued to carry the legacy of the Bee Gees. While performing their songs, he often feels as though his brothers are still with him, singing beside him. He has described the experience of performing without them as both a tribute and a burden. Barry has also reflected on the things he wished he could have said to Robin, expressing regret for the unspoken words that lingered between them. If he could go back, he would tell Robin how proud he was of him. Despite the pain of loss, Barry has come to appreciate the immeasurable value of their shared journey and the bond that will never be broken. Barry's emotional conclusion. In the end, Barry Gibb has shared his truth about his relationship with Robin, offering fans a glimpse into the emotional heart of the Bee Gees. Their story is not just about fame and music, but about family, love, forgiveness, and the enduring power of brotherhood. Barry's reflection on his brothers serves as a reminder that, even in the face of loss, the music and the memories of those we love remain alive within us. The Bee Gees will always be 3, and for Barry, Robin and Maurice will forever be with him, not just in the music, but in the love and brotherhood they shared throughout their lives.